Good morning. All right, so I'm hopping on here a little early. As you can tell, background is different. I am at my parents' house today, and my kids are a little bit occupied right now in their room. So I figured I would go ahead and jump on and give you guys your video for today while it was so. You know how it goes when you got kids. For those of you that have kids, you got to do things while you have them. So today I wanted to give you guys another mindset strategy. We're going to do mindset talking today because I do feel that's number one, super important. And that's going to be the main thing for helping us to stay on track. You know, your mindset, if you have a bad day or anything like that, and you feel like you want to give up, that's what your accountability partner is there to do. If they're the type of person that's sitting right there with you saying, oh, I'm not feeling it today either, they're obviously not a good accountability person, but especially if they're going to drag you down and try to tell you it's okay, um, you know, just take the day off, you know. Now, I sympathize and empathize with a lot of my clients whenever they get to this point, and I completely understand because I've been there. I personally have been there, and that's what I have my coach for, you know, to keep me on track as well. So, you know, a strong accountability partner is going to be number one in that to keep you strong. And that's what I try to do with y'all is create mindset questions that help you to trigger your own strong will to stay on track. And so that's what check-ins are for and everything like that, especially, you know, for those of you that may choose to do the 12-week program. That's the same thing. Check-ins are there for that, you know, being that's what this group is for, you know, to support each other in this. And that's really what I want you guys to get out of it. So let's go ahead and jump in. Y'all have been talking a lot about those limiting beliefs and those lies. So you know we're past that. We got that email, but I wanted to challenge you on that as well. You know, a lot of times we sit here and we sulk and we say, you know, why can't I achieve whatever it is that I want to achieve? Why can't I? You know, lose weight or anything like that. But I challenge you to start asking yourself, think about that whenever those words start to come up, you know, and with the second you start to say, well, I can't, switch it to, how can I? There's a difference that happens in your mindset whenever you do this. How can't I gives you every excuse in the world. It blocks your mind to make you believe that you can't, right? And it gives you every ability to come up with an excuse that's going to stop you from doing whatever it is that you're wanting to do. But when you shift your mindset and you start asking yourself, how can I? So, how can I lose weight? Well, you start coming up with an endless possibilities and things start shifting in your mind. You know, I could hire a personal trainer. I could go for a walk in the afternoon. I could change the way that I eat. We could stop going out to eat. We can spend more time at home cooking meals. You know, you come up with all of these possibilities and opportunities to give you those results. So changing that perception from, you know, a negative perception to a positive perception can really help you in shifting gears and creating, you know, possibilities and change. It gives you more of a hope and it helps you to stay on track. Another thing is going to be speaking highly of yourself. You know, we for years we I guess let's look at it this way. I watch, you know, through my kids. I put clothes on my kids, right? I pick out their clothes. Sometimes they pick it out, and I'm like, why would you ever pick this out? Do they care what other people think? No. But at some point in our lives, we shift a mindset to where we actually start caring what people think about us. It starts affecting us on the inside. It creates a sense of insecurity on the inside, like, oh, I have to be different. I have to be this person. I can't be myself because people don't like who I am. And that's not to say people don't even like who you are. We've created this atmosphere around us to tell people you don't like who I am. And so we try to, you know, really change who we are and start becoming somebody else, right? Whoever the world wants us to be. And that's not good either because it's losing sight of who you are. So, what we do over time is we say, well, we go with what people say. And, you know, kids are hateful, kids are bullies. I mean, I can tell you some stories when I was a kid. I was bullied, but it made me become a stronger person because a lot of times my drive and my little feistiness of being, small really helped me to change my mindset. I got to a point where I didn't care what people thought. I could be a mean person. In high school, I was probably known of as the B word walking around because personally, I had, been bullied and I changed the way of my perception. And I thought more highly of myself, and I didn't care. You could tell me you hated me, I didn't really care. And developing that really helped me, getting older because it changed the way that I made friends. I was, in high school I had friends of all sorts, but in middle school I didn't, I was very limited. And that was because I felt like I was limiting myself on being me, trying to be what other people saw they wanted me to be, if that makes sense. So in high school, it was, you know what, I'm going to show you guys the real me. You either like it or you leave it. And I was the type of person to, and still am, I tell it to you straight. I don't like beating around the bush. I give it to you as it needs to come because I feel like truthfully, that's a lot of times of what we need to receive. We do too much people pleasing today. So one way to shift that is by speaking highly of yourself. You know, when you start hearing all these lies that people are telling you, you're fat, you're ugly, we don't like the way your hair is, we don't like the way your eyes are. I mean, people are mean, okay? And it can really break your mental state down. But when you start shifting gears and you start speaking highly of yourself, it really brings your whole mindset into a different perspective. So you start to question yourself, what you say about you is what others say about you. Okay. If you're saying, Macy is fat and ugly. Macy doesn't like who she is. Macy's always busy. Macy's always not taking time for other people. People are going to start saying the same thing about Macy, right? So when you look in the mirror, when you look at your reflection and you start doing gratitude lists or gratitude journal of things you like about yourself and how can you change the way that you feel about yourself. I am confident, I am strong, I'm smart, I invest my time in people. And that's the main thing I want people to know is I take the time to invest in you. That's what I do for every single one of my clients. All of the people that I truly care about, the ones that I'm trying to help live a healthier lifestyle. I want people to know, Macy takes time to invest. She's never too busy for me. She's always caring and considerate. She shows value. She gives, so many things to me to help me get my feet on the right place. And so that's what you need to start speaking about yourself. What are those things that you want people to say about you? Because whatever they are, you need to start speaking to yourself that same way. We've believed these lies for so long that people have told us to who we are, and we've believed that now we need to shift those gears. We need to start telling ourselves a new lie, which happens to be an exposure of the truth. Because what's going to happen is when you start to tell yourself, I'm confident, strong, I'm thriving, I'm beautiful, I'm comfortable in my own skin, and I'm going to continue to be comfortable in my own skin, then you start to believe those things. They no longer become lies. They're actually exposed truths that have been hidden by lies that you have told yourself. So these are developing a new lie because your brain doesn't currently believe it. But when you start to believe it, it exposes the truth of who you've been this whole time. So we have to have those mindset shifts. You have to be the change that you actually want to see within yourself. So your limiting beliefs, these are things of sitting here saying, I can't because hormones, genetics, busy lifestyle, all these things. But when you start changing it to how can I, again, those possibilities are endless. Your hormones are not really limiting you. Now they may be, but there's a shift that you can do to allow you to see success, right? You just may not have the knowledge of it. So asking around, you're right now you're just, and I hear that all the time. Women are constantly telling me, well, it's because of my hormones, my genetics. No, ma'am, that's the lie you've believed and told yourself because you can't No, you can't change your genetics, but you can change your future of genetics and how the information is portrayed based on the foods that you eat, based on the lifestyle that you live, the exercises that you do. Are your hormones currently stopping you? They very well may be. But based on the foods that you do, the lifestyle that you live, and the exercises that you do, you can change that. So there's always a shift and a change. You just have to change your way of thinking. So, you know, you have to tell yourself a new lie. You have to tell yourself these positive things. You have to be, really living a more gratitude lifestyle. And when you start journaling these things, you start seeing the way that your mindset changes. And again, for those of you that know or don't know, I have done a lot of mindset shifts and gratitude um, changes over the last just 8 weeks in myself alone. I started feeling, self doubt, and I was just discouraged with myself and everything, and I couldn't figure out how to break the cycle. And watching all these inspirational people, watching all of my competitors succeed, like it just made me question, am I not doing the right things? Am I not teaching the right things? Am I not helping the right people? No, I am. But because I'm putting down on myself, I started to believe it and fall into that funk. So I had to literally sit there every day and talk about who I am as a person. Now, 8 weeks later, I mean, I've watched myself throughout my videos over the last few weeks, and my confidence level has changed. Even people have reached out to me that have known me for years, and they're like, I don't know what it is about you, but something is different, and I respect it and I love it. You're giving off this different aura that I need to be part of. And I'm like, thank you, because it took breaking myself down and building it back up. So it works, it really, really works. And these are the things that I have done myself. So, one thing that I want to, challenge you with today is your thoughts. However, you're thinking, these thoughts become your words become your actions become part of your character becomes part of your destiny, and your destiny becomes part of your life. I actually have this wrote up. Somebody gave it to us at the church that we go to for Encounter Recovery. So this was one of our recovery sessions that we did, and they had it on all of the chairs. And I took that and I put that in my truck on my visor, so that when I put my visor down, which I don't know what I do that for, because short people in the sun, it doesn't make a difference. But I read it every single time I see that, and I'm like, it's a reminder to myself. Who am I choosing to be today? What life am I choosing to live? Because whatever you do today changes your future. So if we rewire the way that we think today, we can rewire the future that we hold. So that's just something I wanted to go over with you guys. I felt it was very, very, very important for us, especially since a lot of us are talking about the mindsets. We're diving really deep into these mindsets in your email. And I think it's really starting to provide, a new sense of hope for you, or at least that's what I'm hoping it is doing for you. So I would love to know, where you're at. This is something that can be really difficult for us to open up with. But I think if we nip it in the bud in the beginning, it can really help to change and transform our life in the future. So again, I'm just, I've been through this. I've gone through the same things where I just don't feel worthy. And I mean, we're all going through them in a different battle, in a different time, in different places in our life, in different situations. Mine is always the focus on my business and myself. I want to portray who I truly am to people, and I want them to see me, but I'm scared. Like, I just made my YouTube channel public, and I did this for the first time, and I took a lot of the videos that I do in my group and in my personal page, and I put them out there, and I'm like, it's no different than putting on Facebook, but I feel terrified to do these things. It's a new step, it's a new change, but I look at it as it's an opportunity to help others, to reach out to others. And I'm going to have some haters, I'm going to have some trolls, and but because of where I am today, because of the mindset that I have, I'm better prepared for those things. I know where I'm confident in. And that's what I want you guys to have as well, is that confidence, that boost of confidence in finding that true self-love that's there. We just have to expose it and finally discover it once and for all. So I hope this video helped you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments or share it in the group, so we can all see it. I love each and every one of you, and I'm just so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that I can provide this for you. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday, and we will check back in tomorrow.